Okay, this is where we were supposed to go. Okay, cool. Chircy, are you...
Fine.
You're not the only one with the ability to detect lies, you know.
I said I'm fine.
My Magatama is activating.
Look at those Cyclops. You try to talk about it, it won't change anything. You want to help? Let's go find the culprit.
Right.
I'm not a kid anymore. I won't go cry in the corner. Things are looking bad, sure, but we'll find a way. We always do, right?
You bet. I don't know who that is.
Huh? Who? Oh!
Oh, you. Okay.
Well, I interpret him, so should I come back later? Oh, sorry, but we're closed for today, sir. Oh, I see. Sorry. When can I come back?
Depends. What can we do for you?
Okay. Oh, I'm not a client. I'm just looking for Mr. Justice.
And what business might you have with him?
That. He called me last week, said he wanted to talk. Also said I could drop by whenever, so I just figured that. Look, maybe he mentioned me. The name's Hobbs. Dorian Hobbs.
Oh, it's you.
Hobbs? Where have I heard that name before?
You're the one who got away.
Something like that, I guess. I suppose you must be Mr. Phoenix, right?
The one and only. Please, Mr. Hobbs, take a seat. This is actually excellent timing.
Huh? But I thought you said...
Oh, never mind the girl. She doesn't even work here. Wow. Did Mr. Justice say what he wanted to talk to you about?
I think you can guess.
True. But what I can't guess is why you'd actually agree to do so. Excuse me for a second. Anyway, Miss Faye, I'm glad you were satisfied with our services.
Oh, but of course, Mr. Wright. Surely the Wright Anything Agency has lived up to its prestigious name. In fact, I might just bring a few friends over next time.
Well, I can assure you that we'll be tracking your progress.
Oh, and why would you do that?
Well, the company is a device at your service. We should be able to come to you at any time.
But what do you mean by tracking? How'd you do that? With a GPS or something?
That's silly, Miss Faye. Sure, we stalk our clients, but we are far more modern than that.
Oh dear, wherever shall I hide from you?
Sorry, but we know this city like the back of our hand.
What the hell are they talking about? Before I... Voice crack. Before I go, can I use your bathroom real quick?
Naturally, Miss Faye. Right, where were we?
Sorry, I'm afraid I'm a bit busy.
Well, too fucking bad. You need to stay here.
How long will it take for Mr. Justice to get here exactly?
I mean, he's probably going to be executed tomorrow, but about that. There's been a bit of a change in plans.
Oh?
Mr. Justice is currently busy with something, so he's informed me of the situation and asked if I could speak to you on his behalf.
I see. Except you weren't sure of why I came in here after introducing myself.
I was just making sure there weren't any misunderstandings. Those happen more often than you think.
Well, whatever. I'm fine either way. If it'll get him off my back, I won't complain. At least, I'm hoping it will. I don't want to talk about that woman, you know.
I understand. He doesn't seem aware of what happened. That, or he's really good at playing dumb.
Also, I have to check. None of this is going to the police, is it?
Statement of the year, considering you're an officer, supposedly. If it did, do you think I'd tell you? It's not.
Alright, then. What do you know? What do you want to know?
Apollo never told me exactly how he got you to come over here. I mean, if I were you, I probably wouldn't bother with something like this.
Are you trying to get me to leave already?
No, but I'm just too curious for my own good.
You're Mr. Justice, both. I'm not sure if I should applaud him or despise him.
Why would you despise him?
Because he hasn't left me much of a choice here. For the past week, all I've been getting are voice messages from him. Mr. Hobbs, this is Mr. Justice. Mr. Hobbs, if I could have a minute of your time. Mr. Hobbs, can I drive you to paradise?
See.
I was going to call the cops, but... Heh, he did it! Have to hand it to him. The kid's pretty good at guilt tripping. Think about Miss Pike's family. You might have caused the truth culprit to get away. I just want to be justice served. I couldn't take it anymore. So, under the condition that he never shares that I have to say to anyone, I figured we'd be golden.
That's quite a risk. Just talking to a complete stranger about something like that, I mean.
Good point. Why did I come here again?
Wait, I didn't mean that.
Relax, I'm not going. Even if I probably should. But it doesn't matter. I lost the game. There's no point to it anymore.
Game?
I guess I'll just have to trust you, Mr. Wright.
This guy's Mr. Hyde. I guess you will. I suppose I might as well get the obvious one out of the way. Why did you leave the trial?
I'm getting tired of hearing that question, to be honest.
Not my fault you did it.
If you were to ask my superiors, I had an urgent personal matter to take care of.
I seem to recall asking you, though.
Well, the answer would essentially be the same. Except the personal matter was keeping my job.
And what do you mean by that?
Oh, come on. Don't act like you can't figure it out. I made the whole thing up.
He says that almost like he's proud of it.
Don't look at me like that.
You're trying to get an innocent person convicted of attempted murder. How am I supposed to look at you?
Innocent. Interesting choice of words. Andrea Lure is far from innocent.
In this case, she was. And your testimony would have caused the true culprit behind Miss Pike's attack to just get away. Assuming you're not the true culprit.
I know. And I agree that what happened to Miss Pike was terrible. But I did what I did for a reason.
What exactly did you do?
I went through police records and picked a case I thought would make the most sense to have Andreas the culprit. From a jury's standpoint, at least.
Did you even witness anything?
Of course not. What are the chances of that actually happening? Me, walking down the street and seeing an enemy of Andreas? Attacked by her? Me, who just happened to know Andrea personally too? Please.
You have a grudge against her, right? Why did the police never find your testimony suspicious?
There's a couple of reasons. One is that I'm an officer myself.
Score one for Miss Lure's paranoia, I guess.
The prosecutor also found it believable enough for the jury. That and Andrea never actually revealed that he knew each other. I didn't either, of course.
Strange. Why wouldn't she do that?
I knew she would. She was far too prettiful to go back on her promise that day.
Promise?
Anyway, the plan itself fell apart, as you know.
Well, you did end up making the most of it. I'll give you that. How did you find out, though?
Find out what?
That Miss Lure had an alibi on the night of the crime. That's what caused you to run away, right? Neither the police nor the prosecution seemed to be aware of it.
Of course they weren't. It was probably invented after the fact. I mean, honestly, her? Have guests? On that night of all nights?
Sounds a lot like what Apollo was saying last night. That doesn't answer my question, though. How did you know about it?
Simple enough. Andrea told me.
Oh?
Before the trial, she walks in the prosecutor's lobby and tells me that I'll be proven a liar on the stand. She doesn't go into details, but I know her well enough to know she isn't bluffing. So, I leave. It was only when Mr. Justice confronted me about it that I discovered just what she meant. In a weird way, she helped me dodge a bullet.
Imagine it didn't completely fail to hit its mark. You caused the prosecution's case to fall apart.
Naturally. I was forced to take a leave of absence until the case was out of the public's memory. I'm still on it, actually. A small price to pay, though. When compared that would happen that I had actually testified.
I can imagine. That's one mystery solved, I guess. Honestly, this guy's as charming as a pile of bricks so far. You gotta keep on smiling, Phoenix. He has to know something you can use. But why do all this? It can't just be because of some grudge.
Why not? I've seen people killed for a lot less. I imagine you have too. People do stupid things. It happens.
You think your plan was stupid?
In retrospect, incredibly. I should have just killed her and been done with it.
Well, I'm not sure that would have been the wise thing to do either.
Maybe not. But it would be something. At least then, she wouldn't pay.
Why do you hate her so much?
Same reason everyone does, I guess. She's a bitch. She's a manipulative, lying, cheating bitch. I knew it. Someone who doesn't see right or wrong. Someone who sees people as nothing more than tools. Someone who tricks people for their sake of hurting others. And for no reason other than from some sort of a twisted point. What I did, what I would done was bad, sure. Miss Pike didn't deserve to be a part of it all. But if it stopped Andrea then I could live with it just fine. Voice crack.
Just fine. Miss Pike's true attacker would have too, you bastard. What exactly did she do to you, Mr. Hobbs?
Let me tell you a story, Mr. Wright. One time, during a trial, This was way before I met her. I think she was in her mid-30s or something. A man, a lunatic, on the stand, in front of the great Andrea Lure, said to her, "It's impossible to get away with murder, you fool! You'd understand what it was like if you were in my shoes." Or something like that. She looked at him and said, "You're wrong." Do you know what happened 2 days later? She shot and killed her husband.
Hmm?
She claimed it was self-defense, and the police did believe her. All evidence pointed to it after all. She got the mansion and the money from the poor sap's life insurance policy. A few days later, she paid a visit to that lunatic from the trial in his cell. And she told him, I was right.
What the fuck? She's crazy!
She was crazy because she's dead.
She
want
was
to know
crazy, I
how-
mean.
You want to know how I know this story? She told me. It was during our very first conversation, in fact. I didn't take any of it seriously, honestly. I thought it was just her weird sense of humor, you know? I didn't know that she was really like at that time. But I should realize it. I should been smarter. I wasn't though. And I eventually became her friend. Or at least I thought I did. I stuck by her for years.
I'm not sure what that.
Tell me, Mr. Wright, what do you think a friend is?
Well,
See, when asked that question, a normal person would say something like, someone I trust and rely on. Right? That's what you would say, right?
right!
Of course it is, because you're a normal person, just like me. In fact, that's the answer I'd get when Andrea first asked me that. I remember it. We were chatting in the lawn of hers, when she just brought it up out of nowhere. I didn't think much of it and gave the first answer that came to my mind. And what did she respond with? "You're wrong." And that's all she said.
Hmm.
Andrea Lure is a person that would do anything to prove a point. Anything. If she had to give up every bit of her flesh to do so, she would. And what she did, to prove that I was wrong, that I was wrong on some stupid thing I said and just casual chit chat. I will never forgive. I will never forgive her for what she did to her. Had I known it was just a sick, twisted game, I never would have done what I did. She tricked me.
Um.
Ugh. Just change the topic.
Right. Sure. I don't think I'll be able to get much more than that. But listening to this, I can't tell if he's exaggerating or telling the actual truth. Just what kind of person was Andrea Lure? A bitch!
Psychopath.
That also works. A psychopathic bitch. What can you tell me about Miss Lure? I don't mean in terms of, personality. Pretty sure I've got the basic gist at this point. Rather, what can you tell me about her life in general? In terms of her past?
Why would you think I'd know anything about that?
I thought you were her friend for years?
Again, friend is debatable, but she never liked actually talking about herself. Most of our conversations came down to philosophizing.
Didn't you ever get curious?
Of course I did. That's why I eventually did decide to look into it. Unfortunately, I never found out much. The best I can tell you is that her grandfather was one of the leaders of Icarus. That name rings a bell to me.
Icarus?
Yeah, not surprised you don't know the name. It was a cult back in the 80s if I remember correctly. Attract a lot of attention. Advertise the usual eternal life, happiness, community,
Interesting.
interest. Not really. A lot of people agree that it was a scam. At first, at least. Rumor has it that the old man in charge went crazy at some point and started to believe his own lies. His children left him and his compound of fellow nuts. His children, of course, included Andrea Verity's parents. The cult eventually fell apart once the grandfather was arrested for something. I forgot. Pretty sure it was taxes, though.
I see. Wait, who's Verity? I do remember that being in the room that Phoenix was locked in.
Yeah.
That name popping up.
Sorry, what?
You just said Andrea and Verity's parents.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I don't believe so.
I know what I heard.
You think you know that you heard?
Well,
I think I'll be heading off now, Mr. Wright. I should go too.
wait, hold on a sec.
I've told you everything I know, I assure you.
Well,
Look, for this cult stuff, I'm just going off by memory here. If you really want the whole story, just look up Jeremiah Hyde.
Hyde?
What? That was the name of their grandfather. Aside from that, I have nothing more to discuss. Please don't talk to me again.
Well,
Yep, trucker's on his back. And we've got a signal.
best birthday gift Francisca ever gave me.
So,
Nice.
I take you were stalking this guy because he's a possible perp?
Person of interest for now. After all, we still don't know how an outsider could have even approached the mansion. One of the things I eventually realized during my long time piano playing is that it's always good to know exactly where everyone is. Sometimes where someone goes can be a major clue all on its own. But generally, it's just kind of stalking. Everyone has something to hide after all.
Oh, by the way, I know you said that we wouldn't tell anyone what Mr. Hobbs told you. But I figure you wouldn't want an arguably corrupt police officer to just get away. So, ta-da!
You recorded it all?
Every last word.
That's kind of illegal. I've succeeded as a father.
That's illegal in so many ways.
That was done without consent. I don't think that works. Trucy's right. I won't just let him walk away. Weird, though. He incriminated himself without so much as batting an eye. It couldn't have been as simple as Apollo making him feel bad. Yeah, he has this all planned out. After all, nothing he said actually brought the case closer to its resolution. Ugh. Why is the attack on Miss Pike a complete and total mess? Why is everything about this case like that, actually? Let's talk about that. What do you think we should do now?
Gather clues?
No shit.
I mean, I'm not seeing a clear direction to go in at the moment.
True. What do you make of all this so far?
Things are looking good for Polly. But I know we'll find something that clears him.
That's the spirit. Now, look at my badge!
Looking good,
Okay.
Daddy. Oh,
We
already
mostly,
went
yep, uh-huh. Well,
conversation.
I do actually want to present this. What do you make of this, Trucy?
I don't really know, to be honest. What the
What?
fuck?
What? Okay.
But maybe I will if we keep pushing. Ah,
That's the plan, I suppose.
voice crack. Alright, let's
Follow Dorian.
follow Dorian.
That I don't know. That's a location, but okay. Back out. We're gonna get fucking murdered. That's what's gonna happen right now. Oh yeah, we're definitely getting fucking murdered.
He was in this alley awfully long.
You've been following him for an hour now, and nothing interesting has really happened. We might be on a wild goose chase here.
How did he not see us? I mean, if I saw a child that looks like a magician, yep, something sus.
Yeah, I mean, we're both of us are wearing bright blue colors. I feel like we would be spotted immediately, but let's just assume he's kind of blind. He does wear glasses, so maybe Hobbs has nothing to do with this current case. I'll just give this place a quick look and we'll probably head home. Let's examine things.
This. Are you seriously going to dig through trash? Yes, I will.
Well, we've come this far. Yes, I will. Besides, you never know. Let's see. The only thing that strikes me as recently put here would be this. A photo of some kind. Did Hobbs throw this away? Let's look at it. Whoa!
This is...
What on earth?
Is that... Who is that?
Probably...
That's the girl from the intro.
Probably Verity. I don't know. This is not an official police photo, though. The room here. I've seen it before, haven't I? Somebody had actually died there?
Daddy, there's something written on the back.
Dorian, I thought you'd appreciate the thought. Do you find this cruel? Do you find it monstrous? Good, because it's exactly what you deserve. Oh, shit, no, let me read it! Okay, well.
You'll read it later, I guess. What is this?
Was it added to the court record yet? No, okay. By the looks of it, Miss Lore was taunting Mr. Hobbs with a photo of a dead woman. Oh. That's what she did. She looks young. Probably younger than me. Did Lore do this to her?
This just keeps getting worse and worse, doesn't it?
The photo seems a bit old. The writing, too. Hobbs must have had this on him for a while. Yes,
Alright, now we can see the whole
We can
text.
look at it. Let's head back, but before that... No, I can't read it!
No, it says back.
Oh, I'm just blind. I'd appreciate the thought. Do you find this cruel? Do you find it monstrous? Good, because that's exactly what you deserve. This is your fault just as much as it is mine. I didn't trick you. You did it all on your own. Still, if you insist on getting your revenge, do your best. I promise I won't interfere with your plans, Andrea. Psychopath. I don't think we'll find anything else here. Oh, it's so bright. What the f... Oh, my eyes.
We're back at the...
Wah!
This is one of our bad days, isn't it?
That should have been clear enough considering how it started. At least the weather seems to be a bit better.
I just saw a photograph of a dead woman. You really think I care about the weather?
No, but it's a good way to think about something else.
I guess. Why did Polly have to take that nut job's case?
Trucy, the man has two horns sticking out of his forehead. I don't think he's the most rational of individuals.
Point.
Damn. I'll be heading in with so many unanswered questions tomorrow. Can I even do this? I have no defense. At this point, I'd usually have some other possibility in mind. But all I've discovered so far is that whoever killed Miss Lure showed her the same kindness she showed to others. Who is this woman? How did she die? What is her connection to Lure and Hobbs? I need to talk to somebody about all this. And right now, only one person comes to mind. Edgeworth. Edgeworth! Oh my god.
Wow, so
Giant
big.
office. Dude, he got an upgrade. Well, he is the chief prosecutor now, so... Man, I can never get over the fact how big Edgeworth's office is. Especially considering he doesn't even have to share it with anyone. It's like a king's throne room. Actually, I tried giving him an actual crown once. It didn't work out so well. But that's only because he failed to see the genius behind it. One day, Edgeworth, you shall take your rightful place and become the Cravat King. Right? Are you thinking about the Cravat King madness again? Nope. And I don't believe you. What a surprise.
Uncle Edgeworth.
I am not your uncle. Trucy, I assume he's been dragging you along all day?
I won't have it any other way.
I'm sure. One of the many qualities of your father. I'm still hoping you didn't get the bad ones. Nonsense. I'm the embodiment of perfection. Naturally.
Bro, he thinks he's up on karma. What the?
And I'm a Korean supermodel. I knew that guy from the underwear ad looked familiar. I'm hoping you came here ready to admit what it is you've been keeping from me. Still don't know what you're talking about. A true mess indeed. Have you looked into that badge number? Right, it's only been a few hours. Well, a man can always believe Edgeworth. However, I have come across some rather distressing news. I'm honestly not sure if I should bother troubling you with it, though. You seem to have your hands quite full at the moment. I don't like the sound of distressing, so I'd rather you give to me straight than wait until it becomes an actual problem. Suit yourself. You're pretending like you didn't know that's how I was going to answer. I don't want you complaining that I'm always leading the conversation. Good to know you still care about my feelings. You still have those? Damn! Why are you all so mean to me today? Because it's payback for years of annoyance you've caused?
Not me. I just like grilling him.
Wow, thanks. Since I'm pretty sure this day can't get any better, I think that I can take whatever you have to throw at me. Well, it hasn't turned into a situation, but I imagine it's something you should be aware of. Alright then. Out with it, I guess. It's about him.
Apollo?
You're going to have to be a bit more specific here, buddy. Do you have even the slightest idea of how little that narrows it down? Him! Christoph Gavin!
Holy shit, I did
God.
not expect that.
Okay, can we just pretend I said no when you asked me if I wanted to know? He's been trying to reach out to the police. He claims he supposedly has new information regarding the Shady Smith trial. New information? I was as
Bruh.
puzzled as you are. From what I can gather, it is something regarding the fifth ace. The one with the drop of
Oh,
Smith's
no.
blood. Oh god. This isn't good.
Yeah, the one he forged.
And now, under normal circumstances, I would pay this no mind. Just Gavin being Gavin, yes? But since the police seem to be actually giving him some attention, and someone has been going through the Smith records, oh god, I would say there is something I should be worried about. Am I wrong, right? No. No! Not this. Not now. Why are you looking at her, right? No reason. It's just Kristoff being Kristoff. Nothing less, nothing more. And for the third time today, I find myself not believing you. You have no choice but to believe me. If you honestly think that, you must also think very little of me. I'm going to find out, right? One way or the other. I suggest you come clean with me now so I have some chance of helping you. I've done nothing wrong, Edgeworth.
Bullshit.
Oh, Phoenix, you gotta tell him, man. Our perception of right and wrong can be so easily distorted. You, of all people, should know that much. I don't understand. It was over and done with. I beat him. I won. Against him. So, why is it coming back to haunt me? No, it has to be some mistake. Some sort of misunderstanding. And, right, are you listening to me? Oh, yeah.
It's like you were wrong, Daddy. This day can get better.
I'll assume you're being sarcastic.
What do you think?
So, you have no intention of telling me what all of this is about?
Daddy.
I'll deal with this. Sooner or later, your gambits will stop working, right? I said I'll deal with it. I'm not your enemy. And that's exactly why I don't want you getting involved. Suit yourself. I hope you know what you're doing. But I'm here if you need me. I know. Thanks, Edgeworth. Just once, I'd like an uneventful month. God damn it, I hate being chief prosecutor. No can do, old man. I'm far from old. Let's see how old you are, Edgeworth. 36. Not bad. I have intel that says that's not a valid excuse anymore.
What's going on? First Bonnie, now Daddy? I can't think about it like that. Just keep smiling. You can do it. We'll get through this, you idiot. She's probably talking about Kristoff.
Is there anything else you wanted to discuss by any chance? Well, you've been keeping up with the case as much as I could, which isn't much, I admit. Knowing you, you're probably going to be jumping in blindly. Yeah, it's starting to look that way. Some things never change, do they?
Is there anything you could do to help us, Uncle Edgeworth?
Again, I'm not your uncle. I already have. Godot didn't apply for his position, you know. I figured you might have something to do with that. In addition, the detective in charge, Detective Tiala, seems to be one of the more competent ones. His record is spotless, in fact. Well then, those streak will have to end with me. What's the matter, right? Afraid of a challenge? Please. I was born ready. That's what you said before attempting to jump out of a moving car. In my defense, I was being kidnapped. To your birthday party. Can't believe I had to pay for all your hospital bills. Can't believe you're still paying for all of them, come to think of it. Look at my badge! It fits you. The badge, I mean. How could ever think it... What? How could ever think it wouldn't? Whatever, man. What do you make of this, Edgeworth? Nothing in particular. Oh. Happy to disappoint you. Thanks. Here's something you can help me with. What's this? A photo of a dead woman. I always do like it when our conversations become horribly dark in a flash. I have reason to suspect it was taken somewhere in Lure Mansion. But, as far as I know, the only people to die there were Miss Lure and her husband. My memory is a bit lacking here. Haven't exactly followed Miss Lure's private life, after it turned out I couldn't be a fan of her professional one. But, I think I would have remembered if another incident involving her had taken place. Isn't it possible that this photo was taken before the Lures took residence there? Or that it's a fake of some kind? No.
You know why his head is like so small compared to the rest of the body? Or is it just me?
No. His head is literally smaller than his shoulder. Like, I don't think that's natural. I don't think either is the case. Then, I'm afraid I can't help you much. My head isn't that small, right? You're better off asking someone closer to her. I see. Thanks, anyway. Say, Edgeworth, What do you think about crooked cops? I adore them, naturally. Oh? So I take it you don't want this recording? In which a police officer admits to giving false testimony and abusing his power? By God, right. You've made me see the light. Very well, let's have a listen. Mr. Dorian Hobbs, is it? Indeed it is. Understood. Leave it here. I will contact the department immediately. Shit, no, I need that. Well, really, the pleasure's all mine.
Well, that's one thing definitely taken care of.
First of the day, really. I have to admit, a part of me is more curious to see what Hobbs caught, just so that I could have him explain what it was Lure did to him. What do you make of this, Edgeworth? Nothing in particular. Happy to disappoint you. I love to disappoint you. Oh, God. Oh, I'm the happiest boy right now. Okay, well, he doesn't seem to care about much. What about me?
Look at yourself.
It's you.
The badge, what the? Nothing in particular.
Nothing in particular. I trust you're doing well, Trucy.
As well as I can.
I'm sorry things are like this.
What for? You're just doing your job.
Right, moving on. I love to disappoint you. She's quite a problematic witness for you, isn't she? That's one way to put it, I guess. Nope. Nope. And let's talk about you. Busy, I take it? Okay, well, he just disappeared. An astute observation as always, right? Are you a ghost, Edgeworth? Well, let's examine, I guess.
Nothing.
Let's not examine, I guess. Hello, Edgeworth's enormous office. Bye,
Wow.
Edgeworth's enormous office. Oh, God. Well, I want to voice Kristoff, so...
Oh, right. I forgot.
If we talk to him. I think we're probably going to talk to him.
You know, he's German. Do you know German voices?
No, I do not.
I can try.
Okay, I'll let you try. I want to voice him so bad, though. I love him. For this trip, Trucy and I agreed I should go alone. Frankly, I wouldn't go at all, but I have to be sure. What is Kristoff up to? I understand what his goal probably is, but just how does he intend to achieve it?
He wanna take you down.
He can't prove that my ace was a forgery, and it's not like he can get anyone to believe him otherwise. So, what is his plan? Some said he'd been slowly descending into madness.
That is scary as fuck.
Yeah, it's a little intimidating. Kristoff was always of questionable morals, but I would have never called him insane. I would. This will be the first time I've spoken to him in 2 years. What will be waiting for me on the other side of those prison bars? This looks familiar. It is...
Papa.
Yeah, it is shockingly dark in here.
Yes, I know. I've been trying to get them to deal with Deliah already. Holy shit!
Well-
Look at you. But the sprite is a bit weird. Did you see his mouth? No?
No, I didn't.
Kinda weird.
I'm guessing it's twitching.
Well, but nobody listens, unfortunately. Look at it. Did you see it? Like, it's kind of
Okay,
weird.
Okay, I'll see it in a second.
It doesn't bother me personally. But it's a
Ooh.
shame that now that I finally have a guest.
It's a little weird, yeah.
I should treat him so rudely. Especially a guest as important as you. Right.
Kristoff.
I've had to get rid of some things, as you can see. Well, had to is a bit strong. I merely didn't need them anymore.
Not entirely true. The guard told me that after some violent outbursts, he was no longer considered in good behavior, which resulted in the loss of his possessions. I'm not complaining, of course.
I like the suit. Your patch, though, needs some readjusting. Here, let me get that to you.
I've got it.
My apologies. I'll keep my distance.
He's barely even looking at me.
Of course, I can't say that I'm surprised by the visit. I knew it would have to come eventually.
You know why I'm here?
What do you think, right?
I'm not sure at the moment,
Oh dear.
but given your reaction, I'm leaning towards yes.
Well, are we going to talk about it? Or would you prefer to build up the tension?
I really don't want to be here.
The dichotomy paradox is a wonderful thing, really. To get from point A to point B, you must go half the distance. Then half of the remaining distance. Then half of the remaining distance. And so forth, so infinitely. To infinity. Isn't that how your journey has been like, right? No matter how close you think you are to the finish line, you can never quite get there.
I'm not sure what you mean.
I'm hoping you haven't gotten tense since the last time we spoke. What I'm trying to say is that your journey will soon prove to be one giant waste of time. Because you will never reach its end.
Is that a threat?
You think too little of me? I have no intention of hurting you. I've given up on pretty revenge schemes.
I can't say that recent events support that.
Oh, but it's true. You see, what is happening now is not the result of my own designs. I am merely assisting. Like a good Samaritan should.
Assisting? Never figured you as the generous kind.
And after all I've done for you over the years, I cannot say I will feel much remorse for my actions now.
Like you would anyway. What exactly is it that you're trying to do, Kristoff? And whose designs are you following?
Saying who would be ruining the fun. But I see no harm in telling you what will happen. After all, not giving you a fighting chance would be quite cruel of me. And I am not a cruel man, right? Contrary to what you might suspect.
Right.
Now, you remember the ace, don't you? Alright, do you wanna do Kristoff?
Huh?
Do you wanna do Kristoff voice? I mean, you wanted to.
Well, of course you do. That's why you're here. But I'm talking about the original ace. The one I allegedly took from the crime scene. Suppose that after taking it, I didn't destroy it as I might have led you to believe. How about you take Phoenix for now?
But you did. He's bluffing.
Let's just think of it as hypothetical. Suppose I didn't. What then? This isn't much of a confrontation if you aren't going to play along.
It would, bro. I keep. Alright, no, I'm not doing Crystal, I'm doing Phoenix. Come on. Alright. It would prove that the Ace Apollo presented was a forgery.
There you go. Exactly. And what would the consequences of that be?
I have no idea.
But I do, Rat. The first person to pay the price would be Justice, the poor, poor boy. The second person would, of course, be you.
You can't prove I forged anything.
Oh, no, 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 no. Unlike Justice, you wouldn't legally pay the price.
Then why did you...
But the same could not be said for the third person to suffer.
Third person?
My associate posed an interesting question to me during our first meeting. Just how did you do it? How did you forge that ace? And I don't mean in terms of technique, in terms of opportunity. You couldn't have done it before the crime, obviously. Not even you can see the future. You couldn't have done it after the crime either, because you were in custody. Besides, you wouldn't have had the time doing it on the scene. And seeing as how you couldn't have made it, you shouldn't have been able to give it to Justice either. Fuck.
Oh no.
So it began to eat away at me. How did he do it? I thought about it and thought about it. I lost quite a lot of sleep because of it, actually. But I kept on going, until it finally came to me. He didn't.
No!
What if you had gotten somebody to do it for you? Somebody who was very close to you. Somebody who would have done anything to save you. Somebody who enjoys tricking other people.
No! Pick a card. Any card.
Someone like your daughter?
You have no idea what you're talking about.
I thought so at first. But then, imagine what my associate decided to do. You know those pesky bailiffs always standing in the lobby wasting their little lives away? Well, he went through records and discovered the names of the men who were there that day. And he questioned them about some suspicious activity in the defendant lobby. I'll give you 3 guesses as to who they described approaching Justice and doing a card trick. What do you think would happen to her, right? What do you think this would do to her future? There's a reason why I always cared so much for my reputation. She was a minor. She won't do too much time.
Shut up!
But will she be able to get a job with a criminal record?
I said shut up!
Will anyone come to see a convict's magic show?
Shut up! For the last time!
But this is all hypothetical. I mean, it's not like I actually did keep the original ace and was going to reveal its hiding place to the police sometime soon. Oh wait, that's exactly what I did!
Oh my god! You're lying!
You sure seem to be sweating over those lies then. Did you think I was done? Did you think I would just let you walk away? After that sham of a trial? I tried to be your friend, you poor sack of piss and wind. I was there for you when you lost it all. And that was how you repaid me? It wasn't enough seeing me behind bars, you had to humiliate me further? Die! Die!
Gary, back away!
Excuse me for a minute. Apologies for that. I think it must simply be my lack of sleep.
I don't believe it. No, it's a lie. There's no way he would keep that thing. He kept that thing.
By the way, I've also heard that Justice has gotten himself into a bit of a mess. Care to share what that's all about?
I have no intention of discussing that with you.
Then why was it an option in the talk menu, dumbass? That's a shame. But then again, I have heard all about it. Andrea Lure. It was only a matter of time before he killed her. I'm surprised he hadn't done it sooner, all things considered.
What are you on about now?
Oh my. It appears Justice has failed to share some things with you. What fun this visit is turning out to be. Say, right, can you imagine why I hired Justice in the first place?
Haven't a damn clue. If you got something to say it.
When I was just starting my own office trying to make a name for myself, I figured that having some knowledge of the most important people in the system would give me an advantage over others, both as a socialite and as an attorney. Imagine it as something like blackmail, only far more classy. Now, during that time, one of the most important names was Andrea Lure, and I wondered, how could I possibly get under this woman's skin? The question bugged me for quite a while until I realized I could just hire her adopted son. Oh. Uh-huh. And that's how I hired Mr. Apollo Justice.
Now you're just talking nonsense.
Well, to be fair, he wasn't her adopted son at that time. In fact, he hadn't been for quite some time after a certain incident had taken place. But I figured that he might have something in that head of his I could use. If not, well, he still showed promise as an attorney.
You're just saying whatever comes to your mind, aren't you?
Suit yourself. You'll find out there's the truth sooner or later.
Apollo? Lure's adopted son? It can't be.
My point was that his actions made a lot of sense to me. Now, I'm assuming you're defending him?
I am.
Excellent! I look forward to hearing stories of Phoenix Wright's grand rise from the ashes. Send me a postcard when you... win. Look at my badge, you asshole!
I'd rather not showing him anything.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
How old are you?
What the fuck is that person
37.
next to Gavin?
Oh!
Jeremiah.
He looks...
Oh.
He looks intense. Would you know? Okay, I guess you won't know. Well, let's...
Right.
Oh, leaving are you?
Oh, sorry.
I trust you won't be returning.
I won't, Christoph.
That's a shame, but... Oh well. I'm sure we'll find a way to meet again.
Goodbye.
Good luck with the trial.
Yeah, this is all revenge.
Oh, God damn it, I love him! I love him! The mysteries...
Alright, you take Phoenix?
Yep, uh-huh. The mysteries of the past work their magic into the present. And as they do, we come to realize that nothing is without consequences.
Don't worry, you'll get out of here, I promise. So you don't dare despite on me. We'll get through this, you idiot.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions. That quote goes hard.
Yep.
Trucy can't know about this. Not now. I can see she's suffering enough because of this. First her father, then her brother, now her? No. She has enough things to worry about. Even if Kristoff isn't bluffing, I'll still find a way out. I know I will. Hi. What do you think we should do now?
I honestly don't know.
Well, what do you make of all this so far?
I'd rather not think about it all too much right now.
I can see that. Well...
Where should we be going? Or we...
Jeremiah Hyde.
I...
What do you make of this, Trucy?
I don't really know, to be honest. But maybe I will if we keep pushing.
Okay, that's the plan, I suppose.
We have
We
this
already did that.
dialogue before.
Dwayne Hobbs. Nope. Okay, I don't think there's anything we can present here, so... I'm gonna try to go back to the mansion, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Downstairs hallway, alright.
You're still not done?
These things take time.
See? I told you this would happen. What's up? You haven't said much in a while now.
Hmm? Oh, it's nothing. I've just been looking at that guy's position. He hasn't moved in a real long time.
Oh
He
God. Oh no.
ah, I
He's
was gonna
fucking.
say that
He's dead.
he realized it and put it somewhere.
Oh really? Well, maybe he found the tracker or something, or just changed clothes for some reason.
Hmm. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense.
No,
It doesn't.
he's absolutely dead right now.
Or maybe that. There's nothing to investigate.
Oh, but I like to investigate. Well, let's go kitchen. Oh, it's so bright. My eyes burn.
Mind you.
I can't believe it. Finally. About damn time. I've been waiting all day.
You.
Miss Gate,
Huh? I see how it is. You had your little friend, Miss Lua, now. Now you've come after me to make sure these aren't any witnesses. Joke's on you, though. I can still scream.
I've no intention of hurting you.
Yeah, sure. Miss Lua always said that nobody ever was any intention of hurting anyone. But that we just do it. Well, I'm sorry to say, Miss Lua, but you might be wrong. Because the monsters you let into this home last night had an evil intention. How could you do it? How could you butcher a poor woman like that?
What are you talking about? I didn't kill anyone.
You're his friend. You might as well have.
That's not going to hold up in a court of law. Neither I nor Apollo have anything to do with this.
Oh, well, I guess that clears everything up. Sure, there's a part about him laying a pole on her butt, but Miss Kate, I understand your how you feel, but ha, the hell you do. I've lost the only person I ever give a damn about me. Because of what? Because of who? Some twin-horned psycho prick. She just happened to invite to dinner. Are you kidding me?
Miss Gate, please.
Get out. Just get out.
I'm afraid we can't do that.
I swear, if you come near me, I'll kill you. Miss Kate, please calm down. You think I'm overreacting, don't you? You think this is all in my head, right?
Oh, maybe she's the one that wrote the note.
Yeah, I'm just chalking up to crazy Dolly. Maybe you're right. Friends smirking behind your back because you're a maid? Imagination. People say you as slave and try to urge you to ask for more money. Of course, all in my head. Haha. Crazy doll strikes again. She's not handling this very well.
Oh, you think so? You know what? Miss Gate, I can sympathize with your loss. But to be perfectly honest, I'm not in the mood for this. Not today. I didn't have anything to do with your mistress' death. I just want to know one thing. Why did you lie?
Excuse me? The only liar here is you.
Earlier today, Detective Tiala told me that you had no memory of my encounter with a stranger, despite the fact that you were the one who got me out of that room. So, I'll ask you again. Why did you lie?
I didn't. Cyclops, let's go. And 3.
And a grand total of nobody was surprised.
I mean, I was expecting a lot.
Yeah.
Now leave me alone.
Sorry, but no can do. All right.
Look at my Magatama!
Look at my Magatama! Alright. Miss Gate, enough is enough. I know you've been lying.
What is wrong with you, you creep? Why can't you just leave already?
Because I know that Apollo isn't a murderer.
You're a fool.
A foolish fool? No, I'm not.
But he was right there. I know what I saw.
Well, I know what I saw too. It was a man. A man who attacked and knocked me out. A man who I suspect is the true culprit behind Miss Lure's death. A man you are protecting right now.
How dare you?
And how dare you? You can think of me whatever you want, honestly. You can scream, shout, and curse. But it won't change the fact that you aren't telling the truth. And as long as I know that, no matter how much you might blame me, I will never feel sorry for you or Miss Lure. Because I know that there is a chance that those are crocodile tears.
They're not.
Then why are you lying?
I did not lie.
Did you know that liars generally always choose the longer form of didn't?
You evil man.
Yeah.
Do you even have anything to prove that I lied? Aside from your and that creep's word? Naturally.
Sure, yep. Of course I do. You've put on a good show, but this proves that you've been lying the entire time.
What do we have? Maybe the photo? Let's save before you forget.
Yep, I gotta do that. I forgot to do that during the Rogue Turnabout, and that led to a lot of frustration. So let me not forget to do that. I mean, I could try the photo, but I don't think that's it. I'm gonna try it. This is my proof. Nope, okay. Well, the thing is, I'm already locked in because I just made a save, so I will have to take the hit here.
The only thing that proves is that you're out of your mind.
Ugh, didn't think that one through, did I?
Why can't you just leave me alone? You evil man.
Okay, alright.
I got nothing.
I gotta say that, then. Damn. She got me. I don't have a single damn shred of evidence to prove Heidi even exists.
I thought so. Why are you doing this? To me? To yourself?
Simple enough. I'm trying to save my friend.
There's no such thing as friends.
Did Miss Lure tell you that? Because if she was right, then you shouldn't be mourning her death right about now.
Miss Lure told me once that if I ever take pity on someone to the point where I'd end up knowing something which could hurt me, I'd better make them sure they deserve it.
And how would you do that?
Simple. We'll make a deal. Miss Lure, enjoy reading mystery novels.
I remember. There was a bunch of them on our desk.
I would be the one of the few times that I see her in a somewhat of a good mood. It wasn't so much for the novels themselves, but for the mystery. So I began working on the mystery of my own. A little game, I guess you'd call it. I lay out the scenario and the person tries to solve it. Simple enough, right?
You want us to play a game? I thought you despised me just seconds earlier.
I do. But Miss Lure taught me that everyone should always be given a fair chance. Even my enemies. Just like culprits are given a chance to live their lives a different way.
I'm not sure if that philosophy is always applicable, but I don't have a choice here, do I? She's not giving me any real info to work with here, and I don't have anything to discredit her. She could be lying to me right now, but somehow I don't think she is. I mean, right now, I'm not sure which of us is the desperate one. Alright.
Wow,
Hmm.
that was easy.
What the fuck? Okay.
As I said, I will give you a scenario. There won't be any investigating or questioning. I will be giving you all the relevant facts. To speed things up, I'll be giving you certain guarantees. Statements that are, without a doubt, truthful. Those guarantees will look like this.
So something like a red truth?
Essentially, I guess. As for the number of tries you have, let's say until my patience runs out.
Not exactly a reliable measurement unit, but since I'm convinced I'll get it right on my first try, I won't complain.
Whatever you say, Mr. Wright. The theme of this scenario is an impossible crime. The motive is irrelevant, and all I want to know is how it was done. You'll do this by answering some questions after the story is over. I'll tell you the story as many times as you want.
Well, that's good.
What? Those are the rules. Sounds logical enough?
So far, yes.
Then I won't waste any more of your time. One autumn night, the heads of the 4 largest exploring companies met on a secluded island. What they are discussing is irrelevant. The 4 representatives are Mr. Black, the CEO of Worldwide Pharmaceutical Exports, Mr. Green, the CEO of Global Lumber Exports, Mr. Red, the CEO of Universal Metal Exports, and Miss Yellow, CEO of Charity Food Exports. The meeting is held in a mansion built for such occasions by Mr. Green. Now then, let us follow the day together from the beginning. 7:03 p.m. The president all meet in front of the mansion, getting each other. 7:06 p.m. The 4 people enter the mansion. I guarantee that the people on the island recruit Mr. Black, Mr. Green, Mr. Red, and Miss Yellow. Other than those 4, there is nobody, living or dead, on the island with them. Mr. Black is alive, Miss Yellow is alive, Miss Green is alive, Miss Red is alive.
These guarantees, I'm assuming they only apply to the time they're stated?
Of course. But no other people on the island guarantee is applied all the times. At all times, sorry.
I see.
7:10 p.m. Mr. Black and Miss Yellow are in the lounge, talking and drinking.
Can I assume that these summaries are the truth?
Of course. No representatives will mistake one of the others for someone else. The location mentioned in these summaries contain only the people mentioned in these summations. Mr. Red is in the library.
What the fuck is this, a game of Clue?
Mr. Green is in the hallway. Oh, wait, what? I have been doing this guy's voice for Deliah.
Huh?
What the No, I've been doing Deliah's... what's this person's name? Hoods.
Hobbs.
I've been giving Hood's voice to Deliah. I'm so stupid.
No,
Sorry.
it's okay. I have another question. About the times, how exactly do they work? Does it simply mean at this time this person was doing this, or...
Assume that the action lasted until the next time change.
I see.
7:15 p.m. Miss Yellow and Mr. Black and Mr. Green are in the library. Mr. Red is in the lounge. 7:35 p.m. All of the members are gathered in the dining room. All of the representatives are still alive at this point in time.
This also reminds me, when the four were all together, were they watching each other closely? Could someone have, I don't know, stolen something from another maybe?
Anytime more than two people are together, no action could be accomplished with stealth. And yes, that includes picking the pockets.
Alright. So, is death coming yet?
Not yet. 7:50 p.m. Mr. Black, Mr. Red, and Mr. Green are in the lounge. Miss Yellow is upstairs. 8:10 p.m. All of the representatives are gathered in the library. All of them are still alive. 8:10 p.m. Mr. Green and Mr. Red are in the hallway. Mr. Black's location is unknown. Miss Yellow's location is unknown.
Unknown. What exactly does that mean?
Sorry, let me rephrase that. Their locations is unknown to Mr. Green and Mr. Red. Before I move on, I remind you that you'll be able to revisit part of the story.
Fair enough. I'm guessing the murders are about to happen now.
We're done with the timestamps. I'll be switching to past tense now. After searching for them, Mr. Red and Mr. Green found two locked rooms. One was a room belonging to Mr. Black, and the other one to Miss Yellow. Upon breaking down the doors, they discovered Mr. Black in his room, dead. They discovered Miss Yellow in her room, also dead. Miss Yellow was shot once in the head. Aside from that, though, they did find something else strange.
Stranger than two dead bodies?
They found keys to the rooms on their persons. However, let me
guess. The keys were of the room of the other?
correct. The key to Miss Yellow's room was found in Mr. Black's pocket. The key to Mr. Black's room was found in Miss Yellow's pocket.
Heh. Not bad. Though I'm hoping you're not going to force me to try and figure this out through this alone. Because there are just way too many possibilities at the moment.
Of course not. Let's start from the rooms themselves. There are no secret passages connecting the two rooms in any way. There are no secret passages leading into or out of Miss Yellow's room. There are no secret passages leading into or out of Mr. Black's room. The door to Miss Yellow's room can be only opened with a key to the room. The door to Mr. Black's room can be only opened with a key to the room. In other words, I'm struggling with the British accent for Deliah.
You can just switch to your
In
normal
other
voice if you
words,
want.
the door can't be picked or something similar. For the purpose of this mystery, let's say that the actual room has nothing more in it. In terms of furniture or something similar.
A bedroom without a bed? That's strange.
Fine. There can be a bed in the rooms. So, aside from the bed, no other room furniture is in the rooms. Also, to note, no traps were involved in either of the deaths. Before you ask, a trap is a device or contraption that would keep the victim without the culprit ever being in the room at the time of death. Each room also has a window.
Can they be climbed into from the outside?
Yes, actually, but that doesn't matter much because the windows can only be closed from the inside, and a live human being must close them. When the bodies were disclosed, the windows in both rooms were closed. And no, the windows of the two rooms do not face each other. That also reminds me, there is no physical damage to the rooms. This includes the ceiling, walls, doors, and window. This is before the rooms were broken down and bodies discovered, of course.
What about the bed?
Yes, that includes the bed. I suppose that would cover the general information about the rooms.
Right. Now on to the actual crime scene. Wait, I think that's supposed to be you?
No, it says Phoenix.
Yeah, it says
Oh,
Phoenix, but
I
it might
get it,
but
I
it might
get
be you.
Now to the actual crime. I suppose. At the moment,
Oh, never mind. I can just claim that one of the keys was planted on one of the bodies after discovery.
my next point, exactly. Before the doors were broken, so by the way, I'm not understanding anything, so I might just see the guy.
Yeah, I'm quite confused right now, but we should at least try to solve it, I guess.
Yeah, first that, then the guy. Before the doors were broken down, both of the keys were in the pockets of their respective victim.
What about the location of the murder weapons?
The murder weapons were found after looking around the two rooms. To further clarify, the murder weapons were found in the two rooms.
That makes me wonder.
Before you can even suggest something of the sort, Miss Yellow never fought against Mr. Black or inflicted any wounds on him in any way. If you wanted the other day around, at the time of his death, Mr. Black did not receive any wounds. That could have been caused by Miss Yellow. If you want to be more precise, let's say that time of the death refers to the time of 8 p.m. until the time of the discovery.
Oh, I was hoping for a simultaneous suicide. You really thought this through, didn't you?
Miss Lord liked them when I could foresee her very request.
What about our suspects then? How can I know they're not working together?
At least one of the two men who found the bodies is innocent. During the time the location of the victims became unknown, both men were each other's sides. Oh, right, there are no accomplices. By accomplice, I mean a person that willfully and physically assisted the culprit in committing the crime. Also, nobody aided a murder by opening or closing the window for them, intentionally or not. Now my philosophical teacher will get a headache with this. So no, the culprit couldn't have counted on the victim's help to deal with the windows.
But the killer could still potentially sneak out of their own window.
Nobody climbed out of any windows or jumped, for that matter.
What the fuck? This is rigged.
And before you even try to suggest it, at the time of discovery, nobody, living or dead, other than Mr. Black and Miss Yellow, was found in those two rooms.
Nobody was hiding in any of your rooms then. Can you confirm that the victims were dead before the actual time of discovery?
I confirm it.
And both deaths were murders, right?
Oh, another.
Oh, that's you.
That is me. Miss Yellow's death was a murder. Miss Black's death was a murder.
One last thing. The doors were actually locked before they were broken down, right?
Both doors were locked at the time of the discovery, yes.
Heh. I suppose that would have been too easy.
That's all.
Wow. That hurt my head.
I'll leave this to you to solve now.
Thanks, I guess. What is... Hold on. Okay, you know what? We're going to do this next time.